Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. When I was thinking of video ideas for the month of September, there was two that I really wanted to do. One, the ultimate book video, because you guys love seeing them. I love filming them. I feel like they're just so fun. And I get to do a ton of my favorite bookish things with you guys. So it's just one of my favorite videos to film. And then second, I really wanted to do like a fall themed vlog. Going fall decor shopping, decorating, baking. And I was looking at my schedule, how many videos I was going to put up and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, I do not have enough room for two of these videos. So I'm gonna combine them into one. This is going to be the ultimate book video fall edition, and I am so excited. There's just so many fall things and so many bookish things that I'm just so excited to do right now. First and foremost, something incredibly exciting. I did in fact receive a Kindle. And by receive, I mean that my friends who all went on my bachelorette trip with me, they gifted me a Kindle. Is that not the sweetest thing anybody could do for somebody who loves to read? They got me the one in agave green, which if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I do be loving the color green. It is my favorite. And it's the Kindle Paperwhite, so it has adjustable warm light, 16 gigabytes, and I believe that it is the 11th generation. Don't know if that means anything to you, but I am loving it so far. I'll probably talk a little bit more about it as we keep going, but I did want to go ahead and decorate my Kindle with you guys. I thought that it would be kind of fun. Starting out with my case and my pop socket. I got both of these off of Amazon. If you guys want to purchase these or anything else I ever mentioned is from Amazon, you can check out my Amazon storefront. It's always linked down below. But I really like the black heart. I was going to do a white heart at first, and I was like, okay, let's be real, that's going to get dirty. And past me was correct. So I got the black heart. It is very cute, and I feel like it goes nice with the green as well. And then I got the clear case because I wanted to decorate it with stickers. I've always watched other booktubers and just people on Pinterest do this, and I just think it is so cute. So that's why I actually took my case off, because we are going to go ahead and decorate it with stickers right now. I only have a few stickers at the moment. I have 5, so they will all be going on the back of my Kindle. If you guys have any sticker recommendations on Etsy or any like specific small shops, anything like that, please leave them down below. I am very interested in getting in my sticker era. I'm very excited. The first two I'm going to show you are from my friend Abby. She bought a ton. I think she bought them off Amazon or got them as a gift or something. I can't exactly remember, but she brought them in a book club one night, and she just let Jordy and I pick from them because she got so many in a pack. So these are the two that I picked. This first one is just pink, and it just says read more books. And then this second one just has a book stack with a ton of different fantasy books on it, and then a little tea on top, which I've been in my tea era recently. I've been literally drinking up all the tea. I feel like with fall and stuff like that, tea is just the coziest thing ever. So this one is very on brand for me right now, especially because I'm in my fantasy era as well. And then these next 3 are actually from a small bookstore. It's called The Bookshop. It's one of the places that we went to on my bachelorette trip, which, by the way, if you haven't watched the bachelorette vlog, I'm pretty sure that it should be up right now. So I'll go ahead and link it down below if you guys are interested. I just had such a fun trip with all my friends. These 3 my sister Maddie actually bought for me. This first one is a cute little frog reading in a chair. I just thought it was very funny. And then this one is a ribbon that just says super good at buying books. I thought it was pretty cute. And then the next one just says let's go to the bookstore. So obviously I don't have too many. They're definitely all gonna fit on the back, but let's go ahead and arrange them and put them on the back of my Kindle. Obviously that didn't take too long because I only had a few stickers, but this is how it turned out. I am honestly obsessed with it. I love the green color, obviously, and all the stickers are just very me, and I think they're very cute and fun. Speaking of my brand new Kindle, I have been reading on it non-stop, so it actually has the book that we're going to be reading in this video. I'm currently reading a fantasy and a romance, and then I'm also going to start up an audiobook that's a little bit more like witchy and fun, I think. But we'll talk about that later when I actually start reading it and get to it, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read that like while I'm baking and doing my reading journal in this video. The book we're officially going to be reading in this video though, and I'm for sure going to be finishing in this video, has been one that you guys have been recommending to me for quite a while now. You even said that it reminded you quite a bit of the Throne of Glass series, or at least it gave you like the same feelings that Throne of Glass did. And it is The Spark of the Everflame by Pin Cole. This is the first book in the Kindred's Curse saga. I don't know how many books there are or how many books there are going to be, but I'm really enjoying this so far. I actually started this while I was on my bachelorette trip, just briefly. I didn't get too into it or anything like that, and then I kept reading while we were on our way back home, and I was really enjoying it. I feel like it hasn't really been like confusing or anything like that quite yet, and it's been very easy to follow just where we're at, and I really enjoy our main character too. It's just in first person point of view, and we're following our main character DM. She's super like spunky and lively, and she's also like a little baddie as well, but she's also a healer, and I really enjoy it because I feel like we don't normally get to see our main characters in a fantasy novel be a healer. In this world though, we have like gods, their names are the kindred, and they ended up mating, I guess you would say, with mortals, and that made a whole new race which is called the Descended. And then there was like a war versus the Descended and the mortals, and the Descended won, and there's like a ton of different realms, and some of the Descended have like really strong powers and then some of them don't. They're basically like mortals, and each realm has like different powers, and we haven't really learned too much about the other realms right now. We're just in the realm of Lumnos, I think it's called, which is like of light and shadow, and there's like kings and princes and like royalty and all of that in this one as well. Again, really enjoying our main character DM. I'm not too far into it, but I am enjoying what I have read. Also, best thing about the Kindle is that, again, I could read while I was in the car, and I get motion sick pretty easily, so being able to read with this in the car, game changer automatically. And I'm only 7% into this, but the romance that I'm reading right now is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is the 5th book in the Chestnut Spring series. I am currently reading it on my Kindle though, because they're all in Kindle Unlimited. I just have the physical copy because I have the whole series in physical copies. This one follows Bo though. He is an Eaton brother. It's dual POV, and he gets involved in like a fake engagement with someone in the town who doesn't have like the best reputation because of her family. I haven't heard the most amazing things about it. I'm not too far in, so I don't have a ton of thoughts or anything like that, but because I haven't heard the rest reviews, I'm not as inclined to want to reach for it, so I'm glad that I'm finally getting to it, and I'm so excited to get into Wild Love and then Wild Eyes, which just recently came out. Hoping to get to those very soon. I'm so excited to read them on my Kindle. Those are my current reads. Now we're gonna get into a little bit more of the fall stuff that we're gonna be doing in this video. Since this is my first time living in an apartment during the fall season, I was really excited to go fall decor shopping, and I didn't really have a lot. I didn't go too crazy, but here are some clips that I got the other day whenever I was out and about. I think the biggest thing that I was surprised about when I went shopping was the fact that Target had literally nothing. And I don't know if it was just because everybody had already gone to Target or what. Maybe I was too early. I don't know. I don't feel like I am, because every year I feel like I go way too late and then I miss out on everything and nothing gets restocked or anything like that. Even saying that though, I feel like I found the perfect amount of things and I'm very excited to decorate. I do already have a few things at home that I feel like I could use as fall decorations, because I feel like fall is just giving cozy, and that's just kind of the vibe that I'm going for. So I have like a few pillowcases and blankets and things like that that we're going to be using. I also have this little orange flower thing that I bought a while ago, and then a few different little fake pumpkins as well, along with some lights, which I don't know exactly where we're going to be putting these up, but I've been wanting to put these up for a while in our apartment, so I'm excited for that. Those are probably going to stay up for a while, if not just while we're living here, because I think it adds like a cozy level to the apartment. And then I also just have a bunch of candles and stuff that I have. I've been trying not to buy new candles because I feel like it can get kind of excessive, because I don't really need to buy new candles if I haven't burned the old ones. So let's go ahead and get into the fall haul. I'm very excited. I got these pillows from HomeGoods. They are actually huge. They are just these kind of like reddish orange with like some brown flannels in them. There's also like a little bit of cream too, which I have like a cream sweater pillow cover and then like a cream sweater blanket that I think these are going to tie in really nicely with. And I just feel like they're giving the cozy vibes, which is what I want, so I thought these would be perfect. I think out of everything that I bought too, I spent less than $100, and I'm mainly just doing my living room because that's where I spend most of my time anyways. So I kind of feel like I made out like a bandit. Like I did a good job. Also from HomeGoods, I got 2 more pumpkins. I got this cute like woven one almost. I really liked the way it looked, and I thought it was very like natural, but also like went along with what I was kind of going for, kind of like matched the vibe of the pillow. Same with this one. This is a glass pumpkin. I've been seeing glass pumpkins like everywhere this year. I just thought this was really pretty, and I like the orange color, obviously giving fall. I think I said that those 3 things were from HomeGoods. They're actually from TJ Maxx. The next thing is going to be from HomeGoods. Sometimes I get them mixed up because they're literally almost the same exact thing. Like I saw so many of these pumpkins and these pumpkins also at HomeGoods. Speaking of pumpkins at HomeGoods, I promise this is the last pumpkin that I got. I just got this cute little green one, also from HomeGoods. I found this frame and I just couldn't leave without it. This isn't like specifically fall, but eventually we are going to be doing like a little gallery wall on the wall behind our couch right now, and I just thought this was so pretty. Like I like the dark wood, and I like how it's like a little bit squiggly. I think it's fun, and it's not like too modern or too trendy to where I'm not gonna like it in a while. And I feel like it'd be cute to put like one of our wedding photos in here or whatever we're gonna have photo wise whenever we actually do like like our gallery wall. And then lastly, I went to Hobby Lobby. We love Hobby Lobby because they always have a good sale. First thing that I got were these cute tall candles. We have a ton of glass candle holders that we're gonna be using at our wedding that we got from Goodwill. So I'm really excited to actually use them in our house. And then I saw this and it was only like $7 and I just thought it was so cute. I figured it could go on my bookshelf or out here or wherever. It's like a little like fairy cottage house. Is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? I just thought this was so fun and whimsical, so I had to have it. Oh, I'm gonna say hello. And then if you watched my Christmas haul from last year, I got a ton of Christmas things because it was my first time in the apartment decorating for Christmas. And I just like fell in love with gnomes. I think they're so cute. So I got a little fall gnome. Is it not the cutest thing ever? I just think he's so cutie. I don't know. Leave me a name for him down below. We need to come up with a name. I love him. Okay, now that we're done with the haul, I feel like we should just get into decorating. I'm really excited. Let's go. This might be like my favorite layout of our apartment yet. Are you ready? It is so cute and cozy and vibey. Here is our little overview. I'm literally obsessed with everything over here. We took out this rolly cart. I don't know where we're gonna put it, but I like the look of just this lamp right here. We can even put stuff on it, which is really nice. And then the pillows and everything just looks so fun and cozy over here. We have this little lineup. This is where we eat dinner too, because it's like a liftable one. So we just have like a candle, coasters, little flowers in the middle, salt and pepper, and a pumpkin. I feel like this looks really cute. Then we just have this couch over here, and then I'm literally obsessed with this. It looks so good. I told Luke right after we lit all of these candles right here that we're doing this for every single season. We might just like swap out the orange ones, but I feel like they look so nice, and the lights are just so cute and cozy. Just shut off that light so we could get like a full ambiance. I feel like I'm literally just obsessed. Not much changed down here. I just added like a few pumpkins and different candles and stuff like that, and my gnome. I took out some of Luke's graphic novels and Funko Pops and just put the pumpkin right there instead. And yeah, that's basically this area all done. Guys, I fear I am obsessed with the candles. I fear I am. Catch me filming videos here all the time now. We love to see it. Turning off the lights so we can get the full ambiance. Is this not the cutest and coziest thing ever? And it's just light enough with like the lights and the candles and stuff too. Whenever I'm reading before bed, I'll be sitting right here with my little cup of tea and my little PJs with my little book on my Kindle. Just all cozied up. I can literally picture it now. Highly recommend decorating for fall if you're not in the fall spirit, because I'm even more excited now. Okay, you know, whenever in a book, especially like fantasy books, whenever sometimes it's enemies to lovers, sometimes it's a different trope, whatever. But you know how in fantasy books, whenever they're dating like the first love interest, and you're like, oh, he seems fine. you know, and then they meet somebody else and you're like, okay, like that will be a love interest in the future, or they're ending up with them. That is exactly how I'm feeling right now with this book. And the main love interest, like he was already kind of starting to irk me, but I also don't really understand what's gonna happen because of course the two different love interests are on like two opposite sides of everything going on, like politics wise in the fantasy world. So it's kind of just like interesting to see like what side is she gonna choose. Normally it's the side that goes with like the male main character that she chooses. But anyways, I always just think that's so funny. I don't really like the main love interest at the moment anyways, so I'm fine, you know, if we drop him to the curb. I'm completely fine with that. I am currently a little bit over halfway through. I do have to say I'm enjoying it. Overall, I think it has a very bingeable quality for a fantasy, especially for a first book in a fantasy series. Like there is world building and stuff like that, but it's not too overwhelming, and I feel like the elements of this fantasy world aren't too crazy to understand. Like, could I explain them all to you? That's a great question. Probably not, if we're being completely honest at this point. But if you read it, you wouldn't be confused. Like, you would know exactly what was going on. Because it's basically just about like a ton of different realms and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll dive more deeper into the realms like whenever we get into the second and third book. Because right now we've just been staying in the main realm. I don't know why, but a lot of the times whenever I'm reading a first fantasy book, one, the tone is always just very, very different compared to the rest of the series. Because it's setting up, it's world building, all of that kind of stuff. Because you're literally in a whole new world. So it makes sense. But a lot of the times it almost feels like a prequel to everything we're about to read. Or it's like a prequel just to get to know our main character and where they come from, and then we dive into their journey. So I feel like there's not a ton of plot in here. There really wasn't a lot of plot until like 50-ish% through, in my personal opinion. And you can kind of see where things were like going a little bit. But I feel like the next book is gonna have so much plot because there's so much setup in this one, and that's just how fantasy books work, unfortunately. That's why with fantasy series, like you really gotta stick it out, unfortunately. Like I am so impatient, but you gotta stick it out to get to the good parts. We have spent so much time with DM though. We're really getting to know her character a lot, and I'm really enjoying her. She's like a classic fantasy FMC baddie, and I love her so much. I feel like she's very funny and witty and charming. She also just feels a little bit different than other fantasy main characters too, which I like. In saying that, I feel like we got to know her pretty well, and then about 50% through, whenever the plot started to come in a little bit more, I feel like there were a few choices made that just didn't really make any sense to me and were just kind of random also. Like I wasn't really loving where that part of the book went. And I feel like a lot of the times fantasy books are very high stakes. There has been a few parts in this book where my adrenaline's been pumping, my heart's been racing, and there were some things that were done that were almost like too easy in a way, but like they were still good adrenaline pumping moments. And then there's other things that have been done that were like easier than the other thing, but for some reason it was harder and it didn't happen. I don't really know. I don't want to get too into the plot things, but I just thought that was kind of weird how that worked. Two things I've really noticed about this author's writing, Penn Cole. This is my first book by them. One, like I've already said, very, very bingeable, especially for a fantasy book. It doesn't make things too confusing, world building wise and following the story. For me, a big thing though, whenever I'm reading books, is I really enjoy picturing the book in my head and almost feel like I forget I'm reading and just watching a movie in my head. That's one of my favorite things. That's how I know I love an author's writing. And that's what really gets me into reading the book. So like I said, it was bingeable, but there have been a few points where I'm like picturing the characters doing something in my head and then they'll be doing something else. So like I'll be like, oh, the characters are like walking next to each other, and then she'll be like, they're sitting at a pond and he kissed her cheek. When did they sit? Like, I just wasn't imagining that in like how they were moving and stuff like that. It kind of breaks up what I imagined in my mind for some reason. So that's kind of been like putting me off just a little bit. I feel like a lot of my favorite authors, they really tell almost every part of the story, and I know where we're at. I can imagine everything, and that's just one little thing I've noticed with her writing. I don't know if it gets a little bit better as we go along into the next books. I don't know if this was her first book. I haven't really looked up a lot about Penn Cole ever. Honestly though, at this point, I am just waiting for something big to happen. I feel like there's been a lot of build up, a lot of world building, a lot of character development, especially for our main character DM, and I'm just wanting something really big to happen. And sometimes whenever I read a first fantasy book, I think back to whenever I started ACOTAR, and I'm like, Katie, you didn't love the first ACOTAR book. Like, if we're being real, you didn't absolutely love it. I'm actually rereading it right now with Luke, and we're reading it aloud together, which highly recommend, even though it's not Luke's favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to do as a couple. But rereading that right now, I'm kind of like, this This is a little boring. This is boring. It was only really until we got to the last 100 pages of that book where we really got into it, and then the next book had so much going on, so much character development, so much plot. It was like everything thrown at you, and it was just so incredible, and so is the rest of the series. So I'm really hoping that as I get into other fantasy series this fall and this winter, that just ends up happening. And I really just do need to be patient with fantasy series as well, because they take a lot of time to set up. It's literally in a different world, Katie. Like, let's be patient. But I am very excited. I don't know if it's gonna end off on a cliffhanger or anything like that. Okay, hey guys, it is the next day. It's actually Sunday, so we've been like cleaning and just kind of relaxing and stuff. We had breakfast with Luke's parents this morning, which was really nice. We actually have all the windows open right now because it's actually like a good comfortable temperature out right now, and I feel like that's just how you know it's fall. Like, it just feels really good to have the windows open. I am currently 80% through Spark of the Everflame by Penn Though. We're definitely gonna finish it tonight. I don't really have any updates or anything like that for you guys right now, but I am very excited because I have currently been in my baking era. I made a ton of batches of banana bread like 2 Sundays ago, and then last week I also made a ton of cookies and I took them on my bachelorette trip. I just made chocolate chip, and then I made these like peanut butter M&M chocolate chip cookie. They were, oh my gosh, they were so good. Peanut butter cookies just stay so good for so long. They're so delicious and soft and creamy, and I love them. But today, we're gonna be making my first pumpkin item. We're gonna be tackling some pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. And I love pumpkin flavored things. I know not everybody loves them. It's not their thing. It's my thing. Okay, and last year I didn't get to really make anything because I was moving a lot. So this is like my little fall baking redemption, and I'm going to be baking so much, at least once a week. That is the goal. I also briefly started while we were like cleaning and doing some laundry earlier, the X-Hex. This is the audiobook that I was talking to you guys about that's kind of like witchy and fun, and I think it's a rom-com as well. So I'm very excited to start listening to that. I heard a lot about it the past 2 years and I just never got to it. So I'm really excited, and yeah, let's go bake some muffins. Okay, it's a lot later. Took a shower, washed my hair. I'm in my PJs now. I got pumpkin, like, I don't know if puree is the right word. I don't know. Whatever pumpkin stuff that comes out of the can and goes into the mixture for the muffins that I use. I got it all over my white sweater. So please pray for my white sweater and wish it good luck in the wash, because it's currently in the wash right now with a ton of stain remover in it. The pumpkin muffins though, literally delicious. They taste so good. I'm really glad I added the chocolate chips. I feel like it just adds a little bit of something. I do the same thing with banana bread too. It's just so good. I'll leave the pumpkin muffin recipe down below if you guys are interested. Highly recommend making it. It was also just very easy to make too. It wasn't anything too much or too confusing. And I don't have like a KitchenAid or like a hand mixer or anything like that. And it was really easy for me to just do it with like a fork or even my spatula too. So very user friendly and beginner friendly, and no matter what kind of utensils you have. I am gonna finish Spark of the Everflame tonight. I'm very excited. There's been some interesting twists and turns that have happened a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I have predicted a few of the things that have happened because it's been very obvious. One thing that's been sticking out to me though is, again, there's been some type of character decisions that I'm kind of like, why did they do that? And there was kind of like a weird, shocking thing that we have no info on, so I'm sure that's gonna come into play like later. And obviously I'll give you guys a full rundown of my thoughts after I'm done with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it because I only have a little bit left. So let's go ahead, get cozy for the night, and finish Spark of the Everflame by Penn Though. Okay, I'm actually so shook right now. What just happened? I'm actually so shook right now. That was a really good ending. It's a few days later. I've been thinking about Spark of the Everflame, and I'll be completely honest, I did overall really enjoy it. I thought it was a great book. I thought that it had a great plot. It wasn't too predictable. It wasn't something that I've already read before, and it was a good first fantasy too. Whenever you're world building and starting out and just learning about all of these new things, all of these new powers and objects and places and people and all of those types of things, it can be very overwhelming. But this was so straightforward and honestly a really nice, easy read. I don't know if I would recommend this as like your first fantasy read, but I would definitely recommend this if you've read like 1 or 2 fantasy books or fantasy series and you're wanting to get into something else that's going to be really bingeable. That's just the biggest thing I think of when I think of this book. This is probably one of the most bingeable fantasy books I have ever read, just because the writing was just so easy and effortless. As for my rating, I think I'm gonna rate it a 4.25. At first it was gonna be a 4, and then the way things wrapped up and in the ending, it was just so genius, and it was a great cliffhanger, and it was also a great way to make me want to keep reading. If I didn't have to read 4 reading vlogs, I would have picked up the second one immediately. So highly recommend as a fall read if you guys are interested, and I'm really excited to start the second one. Also, as for reading on my Kindle, currently reading Hopeless. Wish it was the other cover on here, but it's fun. I think I'm like 17% of this right now. It's just my before bed book currently, so nothing crazy is going on. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I love Elsie Silver's writing, so I wouldn't expect anything less. But as for my Kindle, currently had it for like almost a week and a half, almost 2 weeks actually, and I am loving it up. Loving it up? I'm eating it up, as I say too much. I absolutely adore this. I love it so much. I think that it's making me read more. I don't know why, but for some reason in my head, I always have to be reaching for a device, aka my phone. And this makes me feel like I'm on like a device, like on my phone instead of reading. Sometimes like putting down your phone to read can just be so hard for some reason for me. So I think reading books on my Kindle is gonna be my new favorite. I'm really enjoying it. Highly recommend getting a Kindle, especially honestly if you think you're gonna get really into reading, because Kindle Unlimited is just such a great deal. There's so many great books on there. It's only like $13 a month, and I'm already reading 2 books on here, so it equals the amount. I'm almost like 50% through the X-Text. It's honestly really fast paced, and it's just kind of like a very quick cheesy rom-com, but like add some witches in there for spice to make it like a little Halloween-y. I'm not really like loving it so far. There have been a few things that have made me like giggle a little bit, but I don't know, I think it's gonna be like below a 4-star. I mean, it's called the X-Hex, so basically this girl puts a hex on her ex, who would have thought, because they break up, and she did that whenever they were super young and everything was fine, and then he comes back to the town and they realize the hex was real, even though it was kind of like a joke, but the hex only remains like in the town that she's in, so if he goes anywhere else he's not hexed. So they're trying to figure out how to get rid of his hex basically. It's been a little bit spicier. I mean, it's not really spicy, but it's been a little bit spicier than I thought it was gonna be, but it's not like bad, but it's also like not my favorite. We're actually gonna be listening to hopefully the rest of this. Hopefully I can finish it in this vlog, and we can talk about more of my final thoughts as well on it too, but I'm going to be listening to it while we do my reading journal, which we are going to do today. But before that, I have a little haul that I'm very excited about. Nothing super crazy, but I just have a few bookish things that I wanted to show you guys in this vlog. First off, let's talk about the books I got. I actually got a series. This is a YA fantasy series. I've heard about it a lot on BookTok, BookTube, Bookstagram, and it is the Prison Healer series by Lynette Loney. Noni, that's her name. The first book is The Prison Healer, the second one is The Gilded Cage, and the third is The Blood Trader. The Gilded Cage is absolutely stunning. Like, I am obsessed with this cover. It is so beautiful. I told Luke that. I was like, you know, all the covers are stunning, but this one specifically is so beautiful. Like, might be one of the most beautiful covers I've really ever seen. And he was like, Katie, you're gonna eat up any cover that has a dagger on it. And I said, okay, you're not wrong. And then we went to the bookstore the other day, and he was like looking at all the books with daggers on them, and he was like, Katie, I bet you love that one. Katie, I bet you love that one. I was like, excuse me, sir, the disrespect. Now my fiance literally trolling me, but anyways, I'm very excited to read this. This is actually going to be read with my book club, because we did finish our last book this past month. We're definitely reading the first one together. I don't know if we'll do the whole series or not, but I don't know when we're picking this up either, because we're all very busy right now. And when I say book club, by the way, I'm in my book club with my friends Abby and Jordy. We all read together. I don't mean a book club with you guys, although I would love to start a book club with you guys. There's just been like some confusion in whenever I talked about book clubs, so I just wanted to make that clear. Let me know though if you guys have like any ideas or any ways you would prefer me to do a book club, because there's just so many ways that I can do it, and I just want to make sure I do it in a way that you guys actually want to join and like be a part of it. So let me know if you guys have any ideas on that. I also went to Target the other day and I saw these socks and they were so cute. They're bookworm socks. Are you joking? Here they are a little bit closer up. They are just so cute. And to be honest, Target socks just always slay. So had to show you guys these. I also had to show you this because I thought it was so cute. My sister got this for me whenever she visited Nashville a few weeks ago, and she actually gave it to me at my bridal shower. It just says book person on it. Is this not just the cutest mug you've ever seen? So colorful, so fun. I love a good mug. And it also has like little smiley faces on the inside. Is that not the cutest thing ever? And then the last thing isn't Bookish, but we are going to be using it in today's video. I got these little glue tape dispensers for my reading journal off of Amazon. You guys recommended it to me because I was saying that with the sticky paper that I was using, it can just be kind of wasteful if I'm not printing out a ton of books all at one time. So I'm gonna use these. I printed out my sheet of books for the month. The ink wasn't really the most vibrant, but we're gonna go with it. And I'm really excited to try these. Hopefully these work. But first, before we do my reading journal, we're gonna make a fun little drink. Welcome to my kitchen. As you will know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I am a chai girly. Don't like coffee. I am a big chai person. I like it hot, I like it cold. I also like green tea, raspberry tea. I'm just a big tea person. And I feel like in the fall, I love chai even more. I just have it a lot more regularly. I'm also a big energy drink person. So in the fall, I just drink less energy drinks and I just drink more chai. And I saw this online and I had to get it because honestly, making chai at home can be kind of hard. And I feel like a lot of times I find a recipe that works and then all of a sudden it doesn't anymore for some reason. So I saw this. Not only is this adorable, but unlike other chai stuff, it also has almond milk already in it. So it's already mixed up with milk. I can just add, I was about to say seasoning. That's not it. But this is the Khalifa Farms chai almond latte. And I guess I just shake it up and I pour some over ice and then that's it. So that sounds really fun and easy. So we're gonna try this and hopefully it's good. They also had a matcha one, which I'm not really a matcha girly, but I've been kind of wanting to try it recently because so many people say it's good. It's just the one time I tried it, it just tasted like straight up grass. So just a little bit nervous to have that. I think I'm gonna try it on its own before I add anything else to it because maybe it's just good on its own. So let's go ahead and shake it up. Nails were not made to be useful. Haha, all right. Smells really good and spicy. I love a spicy chai, so let's go ahead and try it. Why does it kind of look like chocolate milk? Okay, let's try it. That's definitely gonna need a little something extra. I'm gonna add some Torani brown sugar cinnamon syrup. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of pumpkin spice, because why not? Okay, I guess we're gonna do a little taste test. I'm kind of nervous. It's not my favorite at-home chai I've made, but it's not bad. I don't know about the pumpkin pie spice in it, but it was at least fun to try. I think next time I'll probably just do cinnamon. I don't know if I'm too crazy about that chai mix, but let me know if you guys have any chai tips, any chai concentrates you love, any little mix-ins or extra ingredients, anything like that. Do let me know because I'm on the search once again for how to make the perfect at-home chai. Okay, I have all of my reading journal supplies. I got my markers, scissors, pencils, note cards that I like to use for cutouts and stuff like that. And also these little blue things, which I just tested out. They're low-key, I think these are gonna be amazing. So shout out to you guys for putting me on because I'm very excited about this. I haven't touched my reading journal in quite a bit. I think the last time I updated was June. So we have quite a bit of updating to do. I know that I briefly started my June reads page and that's kind of where I left off for monthly spreads. So I really want to finish my June reads page, do a July one, an August one, and then we'll wait to do September until September's over. And then I also have to update all of my other pages as well. Let's switch things up a little bit and start with my monthly pages. Let's start with June, obviously, since I didn't finish it. And then we will just move on to my July and August wrap-ups. Okay, I figured I would show you guys how my monthly spreads turn out really quick before I move on to all the other pages. I'll be honest, I'm not really obsessed with any of these spreads. I think my favorite monthly spread is probably the May spread that I did a little while ago. I like the April and March ones too. The June one's fine. I mean, it says everything I need it to. I just feel like I still need to play around more with like what I'm wanting to do. I know I want all the books I read and like some statistics and then pictures of books. I just don't really know. But this is what June turned out like. I did like an orange and yellow theme because summer, you know, very fitting. I do need to fix the corner of some of my books though, since they're not like all sticky. Okay, and then we flip over to my July and August reads pages. Again, I just have my statistics for each month, all the books I read, and then like 5 of my standout books. That's just kind of how I do the printing out because I don't want to do every single book that I've read. I don't know, just not really obsessed. So let me know if you guys have any ideas down below. Maybe I'll start doing like Pinterest inspo. Like if you look at my front page, like this is Pinterest inspo. This is all inspo that I got from other people who do reading journals. Same with these, like these are just more fun. I'm just not obsessed with my monthly pages right now. Like they've definitely evolved quite a bit from the beginning of the year, but I don't know, I'm just not quite sure what I want to do. I think I want to put a little bit more time and work into them. I'll be honest though, probably won't happen until next year just because I have a lot going on the second half of the year, but I'm excited to put a little bit more detail and work into them because I'm literally obsessed with all of my front pages, which is what we're going to work on now. I'll just go ahead and briefly show you guys everything I'm going to update. We'll update it together and then I'll show you guys more in depth after I'm done updating it. So I need to do my monthly reading tracker page, which just tracks exactly how many books that I've read. And then I need to also update my reading goal page, which I'm so obsessed with this. It kind of mimics my own bookshelves in a way. I love it so much. And then I also need to fill out my 24 for 2024. I've read a lot of books on this list recently, which is good because I didn't the first half of the year, so hopefully I can reach that goal. Also my reading bucket list and my series tracker. I kind of want to add some more series. Maybe we'll make another series tracker page as well because I did start some more series recently. And then yeah, that just brings us to the rest of the monthly spreads. So let's go ahead and update these and then I'll update you on exactly what I updated. I finished my reading journal yesterday, but I didn't get the chance to show you guys how all of my updates turned out. The first one we have is my monthly reading tracker. Nothing crazy, but I do have to say, as the year goes on, it's so much cooler to see everything more colored in because I feel like at the beginning of the year, I just started with a lot of tracing and just like a lot of like empty things and stuff. It was fun to set it up, of course, but it's really cool to see it like start to all get filled out. So here's my monthly reading tracker right now through the month of August. And then here is my reading goal page. I absolutely love this page so much. I feel like I talk about this every time I do my reading journal. I just think that it's so cute, and I love how these bookends kind of match the ones that I have. They're just black instead of brown. And we finally reached this shelf right here in my reading goal, so I'm so excited to continue filling that in. I still don't know what to do with this page. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. I might just do some overflow because I think I will read more than 100 books, or maybe put like some of my favorite books of the year or something like that. I definitely have quite a few end of year spreads that I would like to do. I just don't want to start them yet because it's only September. And then here is my 24 for 2024 updated. I did read quite a few in the past month or so. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I have 12 that I have to read, but I've also read 12. So we're halfway there. I'm gonna take that as a win. I'm really going to try and focus on these moving forward for the rest of the year. What we have September, October, November, December. So if I read at least like 3 or 4 per month on this list, I think we'll be good. And then the next page is my reading bucket list and my series tracker. I talked about this in my other reading journal videos, but I'm doing this very slowly just because I don't want to fill it all up immediately. I guess now it's farther in the year, so I can fill it up a little bit more. But the ones I did this time were memoir, and I just did like a two-tone color moment. I thought that was kind of cool. I read the Matthew Perry memoir last month. I filled in half of the SJM square because I finished Throne of Glass, and then I'll finish the rest of the square whenever I finish Crescent City, or at least the first 2 books that are in the Crescent City series that are actually on my physical TBR right now. And then I also filled in Complete a Series because I finished the Throne of Glass series. That was all for that page. And then I updated finishing the Throne of Glass series, reading Reckless and Chestnut Springs series, and then finishing the Letters of Enchantment duology because I read Ruthless Vows last month. And then I also added the Kindred's Curse saga. We have Spark of the Everflame, which is the first one. I didn't really fill out the other books because I didn't remember. And I know this isn't supposed to be perfect or anything, but I did write with a different pen. So knowing me, I'm probably gonna go back through like with the rest of them because the writing in this one just looks so different than the other ones, and I am an absolute perfectionist, so I'm probably gonna go back over the other ones. But this year's my first year doing my reading journal, so overall it's just been a very good learning experience, so I'm like even more excited for next year. But I am really happy with how it is turning out this year. Definitely recommend starting a reading journal if you haven't yet. I also did end up finishing the X-Hex yesterday, and I think I'm gonna rate it like a 3-star, which if you're looking for a rom-com during the fall season, I highly recommend reading it. It was just fun, but there wasn't really a lot of like substance to it or anything like that. But if you're in the mood for something like that, I think it would be a fun fall read. Also, let me know in the comments down below. I have 2 Bookish shows that I want to start watching. I just don't know which one I want to start first. First up is the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. It just recently came out in the US, and I really enjoyed reading that series, so I'm really excited to watch it. So there's that one. And then I also finally want to watch Heartstopper. I guess season 3 is coming out in October, so I'm kind of tempted to watch that because there's a new season coming out, and then I can like binge watch the new season as well. I don't really know. Let me know what you guys recommend first down below. I'm definitely gonna end up watching them both eventually, and then maybe I'll end up talking about those shows in my next ultimate book video. Let me know if you guys like really enjoy these videos too. I think that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and if you watch until this far in the video, go ahead and comment down below the sparkle emoji so I know who the real ones are who watched till the very end. If you want to keep up with me on the daily, go ahead and follow my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Goodreads especially if you want to keep up with what I'm reading in real time. Those are always going to be linked down below. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Cookies I've ever made. Peanut butter cookies without a doubt. Hello? Okay, there's a ghost in my house. Yap City. Highly recommend dating? No, I will not be doing that. Literally getting married.
This is a mukbang, Luke eating 50 pumpkin muffins in one sitting.
Okay. Why the heck are we looking like that? Letters of Enchantment duology. Enchantment? Gotta fix that. I gotta fix it, love.